look at your hand. If you look at the palm of your hand, you may see lines going in different directions. If you look at the back of your hand, you may see darker or lighter skin, or you may even see a piece of jewelry. There are some things in your hand, however, that we cannot see, that are intangible. This is what I want to talk to you about today. I'm Brina, Coach Bree Hayes with New Season, New Day Coaching and Mentoring. And today I want to talk about what's in your hand and how we can use those things to move us into discovering our life purpose. So thank you for joining me today. Several years ago, I had reached a very low point in my life, and I was almost at the breaking point. I had experienced the loss of multiple family members. I'd lost one of my best friends. I'd come to the realization that I was in a mentally and emotionally abusive marriage. I was dealing with financial struggles, and I made the difficult decision to file for divorce, which was a very difficult process. And in that time, I realized that I had to do something different. Something had to change in my life. Now, don't get me wrong, life was good and had been good for a long time up until that point. I had a successful corporate career. Although it wasn't the ideal job, I was doing well. I was working and serving in the community and in ministry. I had good health and had good friends. But I knew after the death of my mother that something had to change, that I could no longer live this way, that there was more to life than what I was experiencing. But I didn't know where to start or how to even change. And as I began to reflect on the how and the what, I realized I had what I needed to start with already in my hand. And that's what I want to share with you today. How we can use what we already have to discover our life purpose. Because when we find true purpose, we find that sweet spot, that place where we know that we're called and destined, called by God to serve here, to serve his people in this capacity. I can say that I am there and I want you to get there too. So let's jump in. The first strategy is to look at the past and take an honest look at it. What milestone events have happened in your life? Graduations, job promotions, job losses, marriage, divorce, children, all of those things are important milestones in our lives, and we can look at them and glean lessons from them. Let me give you an example. Several years ago, I decided to attend seminary. I applied, I was accepted, started taking classes, and about halfway through that journey is when all of those life challenges I shared with you began to happen. So as I began to press through those and continue my seminary journey, the lesson for me was perseverance. And so now I have perseverance as a tool in my hand to continue on. I was able to keep going and eventually obtain my degree. So the lesson I've learned from that is perseverance. You may not realize it, but you already have some things in your hands. Take some time to reflect on the past, understand the lessons so that you can know what you already possess, because you already have something of value that you can start with, which will help you discover your purpose. Now, sometimes looking at the past may be painful, but I believe it's necessary so that we can move forward well. The second strategy, look at the present. During your present, use what you have in your hands already and add to it to create strategies to help you move into the future. Now, you might say, Coach Bree, I only have 10 followers. Oh, I'm just getting started with my business. And you may wonder, I don't have it all together. Guess what? None of us has it all together. We are all a work in progress, and God is working on us every day. So don't discount what's in your hand. And we do that when we say, I only have, or I just, or I'm just. If you have 10 followers, serve them well and faithfully, as if you had 10,000. If you send a weekly email, send it every week. If only 2 people open your email, be thankful for those 2. And do your research to understand how you can increase your open rate. And when you do that, when you serve those few faithfully, God sees your faithfulness and will give you more. He will increase you as you are faithful. And as we're in our present, I caution you about comparison. Now, there are people who are ahead of us on their journey. It's their journey. And it's okay to use them for inspiration or motivation, but don't compare yourself to them. That is counterproductive. Use your time to focus on your journey and use them as inspiration. And don't allow other people to underestimate you, and you don't underestimate yourself. You are where you are on your journey. God has you where you are right now for a purpose. So that was the second strategy. Look at the present. And then the third, look toward the future. Now, no one can predict the future, right? But there is one thing I know. There's someone in the world who needs to hear your story. There's someone struggling with the things that you struggled with in the past and that you've overcome. They need to hear from you. You have the tools that they need to be overcomers as well. We're called to bless, to inspire, and to empower others with our story. It is a unique story that God has given us. The Bible tells us that we are to be salt and light in the earth, and that a city set on a hill cannot be hidden. So as we're allowing this light to shine through us, as we share our stories, people are drawn to us. And that is when we can walk in our true purpose with them. Now, this past, present, and future, this is a cycle. Our present becomes our past, our future becomes our present. And as we're moving forward on our journeys, we're continuously learning past, present, future, past, present, future. And that cycle will continue until God calls us home. So as I close, I want to remind you of this. You have greatness, you have fortitude, and you have tenacity already on the inside of you. These are things you already have in your hands. No matter what has happened before, today is a new day and it's a new beginning. Look to the past to determine the things that you have in your hands already. Use those things, add to them in your present so that you can move forward in your purpose. And then for your future, you're able to be a blessing to other people. We are called to be of service to other people, to inspire, to empower, and to bless others. It's about letting our light shine in a dark and crazy world. It's about pulling someone else along with us because there's room for all of us to be successful and to experience fulfillment. Thank you so much for listening to me today. As a thank you for tuning in, I want to offer you a free gift. It's an e-journal that accompanies this message about what's in your hand. If you'd like to receive it, please visit my website, newseasonnewday.com/hand. I am Brina, Coach Bree Hayes with New Season, New Day Coaching and Mentoring. Thank you so much for joining me. God bless you.